we're back live. Sorry about what happened before with it not working. So yeah, we just had some technical issues and it's Xbox just casually ending the stream. So after to restart the whole race, it's light rain. We'll have to go through the style grid once again, just for the YouTube video. Got Nick's Palomino Ball from your boy, and then there's Ultra Vinayak versus Theo, Eduardo, Olsen, Headley, Gregorov, Akari, Zerkiera, Castro, Bogsarov, Okabo, Demandeo, BDS, Lamfong, Taka Van Horn, XSK, and Ahmed Silla. So yeah, that is your starting grid for the race that we are having. So yeah, I'm actually glad we finally got this thing back live once again. It's sad that it has to be a fresh race. I think I'm just having really bad network issues at the moment, which is probably the reason why this wasn't working before. So yeah, I'm just gonna send the link in the Twitch chat, the Discord server. Okay, there we go. So I hope some people join this again. But yeah, we skip all that boring ass stuff. We're gonna manage the session. Let's get straight into this race. Blah blah blah, don't care. And here we go, 5 red lights to the Australian GP.
Lights out, and away we go.
Don't care, I only care about retiring my drivers. So here we go. It is hopefully going to be a good start here for these drivers. Palomino taking the lead there, or keeping the lead, shall I say. And we've got Ultra right behind Palomino. Your boy already looking to try and make an attack into turn 3. But I in 4th in his starting position versus Theo. What a move there! The Brazilian getting past the Indian driver. That was a very lovely move. But Vinayak on the attack once again in the Haas. Can the Red Bull defend? As he's going to try and go around the outside of the Haas driver. Gets ahead of him. So there we go. Marcio up in the 4th position on the start. And Eduardo seems to have dropped the place. Armatil and XSK not gaining any places on the start. Vendetta and Fong in 18th to 17th. Now just hanging on to the points is David Sergera in the Aston Martin. Now he's trying to hold off from Damian Castro in the Mercedes, who has got a good slipstream, but can he go for the move just yet? It looks like he can. He's going for the Brazilian. This is Canadian on Brazilian violence, as we can see. Castro down the inside, Sergio holding off right there. Eduardo in 8th position. He'll want to try and push ahead some more places. Now rain should be on the way, as you can see right there. Around lap 10, the rain is going to come in, and this is when the race is going to get quite interesting. Now DRS has officially been enabled. It won't be active on this straight because the DRS section for that is all the way back at the final corner. So yeah, DRS will officially be online starting from, I don't know what, I don't even know what turn it is. Okay, yeah. We're starting from the big section, which was heavily modified in 2022. That's what I'm just going to call it. I'm not good at remembering which corner name is which. Or turn number, sorry. So yeah, your boy right in the back of Ultra, Palomino, extending his lead right now. 2.3 seconds. That Red Bull is flying here today, and your boy in the junior team is right on the back of Ultra in the Ferrari, who's a 2-time F1 Classic World Champion. But here we go, what can your boy do? As he is currently chasing down Ultra, can't get ahead yet. It was a good attempt, but just not good enough. Just couldn't find the speed. And also, if you are watching this stream right now, I would appreciate if you just send a few messages in the chat. Just for like the engagement. It will help me out. But here we go, on to the 3rd lap of this race. Your boy takes P2. Now it's a case of trying to hold it, which he can't do. Okay. I don't know what happened there. My game's completely glitched out. Yellow flags. for Van Horn. He's off the track at the first two corners. So there we go, it's a lock-up. Let's see the replay of it.
Heading into turn 1 here. And the car fails to respond. Just unable to control the car by that point.
Honestly, I don't know how you do that. How you do that, I do not know. So yeah, now Van Horn massively behind everyone else. Now, can Palomino get overtaken at some point? Well, not at the moment. Your boy and Ultra are fighting a lot. But yeah, Ultra's just dropped to Versio, who's now up into third position. He is trying to go for second to make it a Red Bull 1-2. He's going to switch back to the inside. Your boy's going to try to cover that line off. He goes to the middle, but Versio's smart enough to know he just needs to commit. And commit he did. And commit it worked. He's now into second. He can try and fight his own teammate. But to do that first, he must catch up to him. He's gained like a second or so. And yeah, you can see he's gaining a bit of time, but it's not enough. Now your boy has got DRS on him. And of course, we've got a bit of a train forming here. From second down to 6th. And was a separate train 7th all the way down to 19th. So that is pretty big. Now can your boy get ahead of us here? No. Deciding not pull to the inside there, I guess. As, yep, I've had the glitch again. Oh! 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 I've not seen contact like that happen yet. I'm sorry. I don't know why my control's glitching so much.
We've got a yellow flag here.
And yeah, we're going to have to watch that because there was a crash.
Corner.
So this
You
was
can see
Castro.
how tight it is.
Castro going for a
Not
move
just
on
one
Eduardo.
car involved in that,
Down
as
the
you can
inside.
see. Now, their confidence
Bloody
will have
hell.
taken a hit with that.
Jeez. And somehow there was no safety car, virtual safety car, or a red flag. None of that. Oh my. Okay, I did not expect to be seeing collisions, and yeah, Castro gets a penalty, fully deserved. How do you go for a move when you're like right alongside someone? You lock up, you hit them, you go off the track, you rejoin unsafely. Yes, you're the main victim in the crash, but you're still the responsible one. Yeah, we've got 4 viewers now, which I've not really seen them numbers, so thank you so much for that. But now Palomino leading by 1.4 seconds. That gap is coming down, but it's just not come down quick enough as your boy drops down into 4th position. Ultra up into 3rd. I can see that there's a little bit of a side-by-side battle between Serkiera and Vinayak as they head down the back straight. Now we've got many battles happening all down this one straight here. Ultra moving up into 2nd place. Now this is all assisting Palomino in keeping his lead, but he is just not fast enough because despite these battles, people are still gaining on him, and the Spaniard is going to be under massive pressure from pretty much anyone soon. I think Ultra, because he's already within half a second of the Spaniard. Okay, so we've got a bit of a battle brewing here. Now rain will be coming anytime soon, as you can see by that graph. Yeah, just making sure to stay on the rain there. But yeah, now we are heading towards turn 9 and turn 10 right now. And Ultra's still not making a move. But he is right on the back of Palomino. And he's already went for the inside line. Can Palomino hold him off? Yes, he can. Now, can he actually stay in that position? He can, but he's also planted himself in such a way Ultra could not make a move. And now Versio's going for the attack. But overall, he can't get ahead. And he stays in P3. So we're going to be heading on to lap 8 with Palomino still the leader. I'm going to go on board with Ultra here with the helmet camera as he is getting towards that first corner. The Ferrari moving up into 1st place. Ferrari not seeing this sort of success in a long while, so congrats to Ferrari. They've actually done something good for once. Now, they've got the driver leading, but they've also got one all the way down into P13, or I mean P12. But the 2 Red Bulls getting very aggressive there. Versio forcing Palomino off the track by the looks of it. Now, in the end, he has got ahead, and that will not be under investigation, I think. But yeah, you can expect rain to start coming probably lap 10, I would say. I've always said that before, but I'm just saying it now again. Those who don't know. And there's a safety car! Safety car has been deployed, okay. Many people coming into the pits. And you can see that X-School 44 crashing. Now, let's see how this happened. Coming into turn 10. Oh!
As the car makes contact with the wall.
Jeez.
Thankfully, though, they come away from that unharmed.
I honestly thought that was I can't even talk. I thought that would be a red flag, to be honest. But yeah, DRS is disabled, and okay, what is my controller doing? Why is it doing this?
And what's that? A pit stop issue.
Oh,
Great channel.
Palomino, pit stop
Walk us through this
issue
one.
for the
So the
Spaniard.
softs are about to go on. Oh, but it's slow. That's so unfortunate for the team.
Yeah, especially when so many people are just diving into the pit lane, and you've got a huge issue like that. In fact, I didn't even replay the whole thing. Yeah, okay, here we go. Oh my god, epilepsy warning there. Sorry about that. Okay, yeah, it's glitching out. Sorry. I'm extremely sorry. Boxar having an awful pit stop there. Now Palomino's going to be coming out the pits behind Gorov. But here's the thing. Everyone has pit onto a dry compound of tyre. But rain is coming imminently. You can even see that 4 minutes until rain. Mercedes down in P18 and 19. Got one DNF's race. The Bob 2 do not count. So yeah, rain is going to end up coming mid-safety car. Safety car not coming in yet, and there we go, rain is here. We have now got rain. Will anyone be willing to pit at some point? Safety car not coming in yet. But drivers will be able to tell that rain is here. So, pretty much, it's safe to say, it's going to be interesting. Are people going to come at the pits with the safety car when it comes in or something? So yeah, we're just going to fast forward a little bit more. You see rain is starting to pick up, but safety car is ending. Safety car is ending. So, will anyone make the call for inters yet? I know it's not the time for inters, but making that call now could just be worth it, so you don't have to fight a whole bunch of people. As green flag is now out, so drivers can start racing. As soon as Mercio pulls away now. When is he pulling away? It looks like he's pulling away now. There we go. It's a good restart for Mercio as Jensen Olsen he's losing time as we're heading down the back straight. No one's made the call to come into the pit lane at all. So now it's just up to these drivers on pitting. This lap, I would assume, we're on lap 13 now. Ultra right behind Akari, who's managed to absolutely fluke this. Up 6th place in this race now. In the 4th position. Ahmed Silla as well. He is now all the way up in P12. He's made 8 places up this race due to all the chaos in the pits and also the crash of X-Schools 44. Yeah, how long can Versteel hold this lead for? Because I'm going to be honest, I don't think he's going to be leading. He's not going to be leading if he pits this lap with everyone else. But I'm assuming he's also pitting this lap. So, yeah, pretty much, Versteel has got to think about this strategically. Now, is he going to think about it strategically? Well, we don't know. He is avoiding the pits. Yes, he is thinking strategically. Also the first one to make the call. Vinayak as well. Maybe Versteel should have pit. Because I'm looking at the rain and it's getting to the point where, honestly, it's worth coming in the pits. And only 2 people have made that call. Vinayak and Olsen are going to be in a very good place once everyone has made their pit stops. So as you can see here, they're coming out. They're the only ones on intermediate tyres. Now on the leader gap there, you can see There we go. Straight away it's coming down. So this is the bad strategy call for everyone except for Nyack and Olsen. Now, Versio, is he going to make the call? Yes, he is. But look at that. He's stuck there. Is he going to find a gap? He is. Just in time. Red Bull pulling off a perfect double stack there. Now, of course, we don't know what's happening to the others like Palomino. But yeah, as you can see here, where are the others? Wait, Olsen? Is he even going to be ahead of Palomino on the exit? No, he's not. He's going to be right behind him though. So despite Versio being held up, it's obviously led to him being still in a strong place. Olsen though does get ahead into a net first position. Now he is right alongside Versio down the inside of the Brazilian, and he is there into 5th position. Now that is good for him. Now for him it's just a case of trying to keep that place, hoping Vidaya goes for an attack, I guess. Because the Red Bull drivers seem to be quicker than the drivers of pretty much every other team. As that seemed to be pretty clear in how they were performing earlier on. Now Vinayak, he's got a good look to the inside here, but he's not going to make the move. Maybe a bit of a fake move there. But as you can see here, Vinayak is desperate to get ahead. And we've had the glitch again. We've had a glitch. Oh my, what is going on here? I don't understand what's going on here. Okay, how did it just flash again? Sorry. Where is Hero? Versio down the inside of Jensen Olsen. He takes the lead of the race. Olsen down the inside again. He reclaims the lead of the Grand Prix. I was surprised many people are not actually pit yet, but they are going to be pitting for tyres that are going to be better than everyone else's. Sorry, I've got a cold and a sore throat. And yeah, I still side stream. Am I insane? Maybe. But yeah, no DRS because we are under rating conditions. Well, actually, no, there is DRS still. There is still DRS. Because it's not 1 millimeter yet, so DRS should be active, right? Well, I don't know. I feel like it should have been, but it's now officially damp. DRS is disabled. Versio is going to be eyeing up yet again a really good move to make on Olsen. He's going to send it down the inside of the Norwegian driver. And the Brazilian can't get ahead. He's trying his best, but Olsen's defending pretty well, I will say. Nice job. Aston Martin get into the lead of the race and they just hold it. Because of the lack of DRS, it's making it difficult for teams to make overtakes. Well, more specifically the drivers. As they will be instructed by their teams to try to make the overtakes. It looks like Versio is just burning out his tyres. And now Olsen and Versio are pretty much similar levels of the tyre wear. And Vinayak, he's dropped away. He's in P3. Your boy is looking to get alongside the Haas. But with these cars making such similar performance, there's just no way people are making easy overtakes. Of course, your boy would have worked hard for that overtake, as he is now up into 3rd position. Now he's going to have to try and hold it. Vinayak going to the switchback. Can't quite get it. He was a little too far behind to make it work. I wonder how long though Olsen can hold on to this position that he has. Oh, I thought I jinxed it there for a second. We have Versio down the inside of Olsen as we head on to the back straight. Who is going to have more speed down the straight? I see Versio is pulling out slight margins. But here we go. Olsen's now finally got a little bit more speed into the first corner. Who's going to be ahead after the second? It's Olsen. The Aston Martin somehow defends that position. He is treating that like his life depends on it. I'm absolutely loving it. Who would have thought, though, that you'd be seeing these sort of battles here in Australia? In the rain. Still, not really much change is happening in positions. That's why I'm just fast forwarding through a lot of this. I've got no reason just to be watching it when nothing's happening. Oh my. Okay, the glitch happened again. I genuinely think that might just be a control issue though. Yeah, here we are, lap 26. Lap 27 now. Still, not much changes happening at all throughout this grid. And then, oh wait, Versio overtakes Jensen Olsen. And he's now leading the race for Red Bull. So, we now got a Red Bull leading once again in this Grand Prix here in Australia. And we've got Jensen Olsen behind from your boy. Palomino in 4th position from Ivan Gregorov. We've got Vinayak in 6th position. Can Vinayak get ahead of Gregorov right now? He's looking to get ahead. He's really fighting Gregorov. Now, can he make the move yet? Big here. He's got to try and read off of Versio. Well, Jasper has been defending that first place for quite some time this race. And he's been successfully doing it. Now, can he successfully go for attacks? That is the big question of how close he got to Versio. He's had to really slow down there. And that is benefiting Versio and giving Olsen a disadvantage. No driver wants a disadvantage. And the glitch happened again. Sorry about that. Vinayak now down to 6th. He lost places. Palomino, on the other hand, he is flying. Lap time may not suggest it, but he has been in fights, and I do believe he has got the pace and what it takes to truck them.
Here we go, heading into turn 1.
So a bit of a bottle for RB, your boy locking up at turn 1.
The car locks up. By that point, it was just too late.
And he reached 9th position now. Akari's really had a big fall off this race though. He was higher in the points earlier. Maybe it was due to the pit stops. But I've not been looking at his position this race, so. Yeah, I suppose all the pit stops on intermediates could have been a big cause of it. Yellow flag, and your boy having even more bad luck. Running wide at turn 12. Oh. Yeah, that's not good. Your boy went very wide on the track there. Off the track there. And I'm going to say it right now. Grigorov, he's also looking a bit quick, but he's just losing time, never mind. Olsen is also losing time with Versio. He is absolutely dominating this race. Palomino is up there. What's happened to Olsen? He's just dropped to place. Never mind, I'm quite overreacting to that. Sorry about that. Yeah, can Palomino do anything? And the track conditions, they're dry. Okay, so there's no more rain. Rain is gone. Okay. Okay, I can see Chris Bentley in the chat. Hello. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, Versio leading this race from Palomino in his dry conditions. So Red Bull need to try and organize something to not make Palomino lose time. Maybe they'll order him to slow down or something. Well, seems to be the opposite. Palomino, he is going to be going for pit stop priority. Akari makes the first call to go into the pit lane. So he's going to go away from them intermediates onto a set of dry tyres. Now, there we go. So, let's see how he will perform now that the track is rapidly drying. I will imagine he can make up a few places because of this. But yeah, the Red Bulls not doing themselves any good. If Palomino gets ahead of Versio is going to be absolutely screwed over in this race. And that is without a doubt going to be true. So yeah, whoever is ahead is going to have a good time this race. Whoever's behind is going to be completely screwed up. So yeah. All drivers will be going at the pits this lap, I can tell you that for sure. Of course, Akari, Sergio, they've already made their pit stops. Sergio going for hards, Akari going for mediums. Now, the rains ended a lot earlier than anticipated, so honestly, hard tyres are probably the way to go, considering teams have not got the best tyre wear settings. Versio, he pit, Palomino stays out, he's going to utilize DRS, but his tires are going to be boiling. And as Versio goes into pitch for mediums. Now, Olsen, he stayed out. Benayak and Headley, they made the call to double stack. Same for the guys at Ferrari, clearly thinking it's just more worth to double stack. But yeah, maybe not for BTS because he's just lost out on a lot of times there. And now there's a 17-second gap between the two Red Bulls. Now if you see that gap, it's coming down. Palomino is going to lose a lot of time here. Maybe he should have just pitted. But I guess Red Bull side against it. As he moves on to the hard tyres, Olsen's also made a pit stop call here. He's being held up. I think he's just had a pit stop issue there. And Palomino 4 seconds behind Versio now. Grigorov is on the podium at the moment for Kick Sauber. And yeah, this is probably going to be the podium we see. But Grigorov, he's went for an interesting strat. He's on the soft compound tyres, which is very interesting considering we've still got a lot of time left in this race. So he's going to be going for an aggressive strategy. He's going to aim a pit another time in this race as he's trying to go for an aggressive move there on Nicholas Palomino. And he is through to second place. Can he be pushing for first? Of course, his tyres, they are wearing out a lot now. 71% already. Now, considering Sella pitted earlier than Grigorov, it is safe to say that Ivo Grigorov has pit for old soft tyres. Yeah, you can see he is rapidly closing that gap down to Versio as the laps are going by. Now he's fighting Palomino. That's not going to help him overall in the long run. And he's forced off the track by that Red Bull. But this here was a golden ticket for Palomino. All he had to do was just stay with Grigorov and he would make some time on his teammate. Well, that strategy is very clearly working. He is right there with Versio. Now it is extending that gap. Maybe he should be hoping for Grigorov to do something. But for the state of Grigorov's tyres, I don't think that's going to work anymore. The rain still has not fully cleared, technically. As Lamfong sets the fast lap this race, as he's just dropped many places. New fast lap this race, sorry. Nicholas Palomino. 32% hards for Grigorov. They're gone. I mean soft, sorry. So he's going to be paying at the end of this lap, I'd imagine, to go into a fresh set of tyres, which will take him to the end of this race. But now Palomino, despite being 4 seconds back earlier on, has took things carefully. However, he has seen Run push quite a bit more than you would have wanted. But he's now right with his own teammate. The two Red Bulls are looking to fight for the lead and possibly win of this race here in Albert Park, Australia. Now, can Palomino go for a move right now on Versio? No, he cannot yet. But I could expect these guys to be fighting for quite some time unless Versio truly has got no pace on his medium tyres. Nico heading down this back straight. Versio ahead of Palomino, but Palomino's got more speed than his teammate. Palomino goes down the inside and he is now the new race leader. Grigorov makes his pit stop. Should be his last stop, but he's going for softs again. Now it's a good stop overall by Sauber. But look at all the places he's dropping. How is he going to make all that up? There's just trains left, right and centre. I think Sauber have messed up there by putting on softs there on the inter to dry switch. So yeah, maybe Sauber are going to have to revisit their plans, because that very clearly is not how you do it. Now, Palomino looking to keep the lead of this race. He's over a second in the lead. 1.5 seconds to be exact. So, is there still a chance for Versio to make a bit of a comeback this race? Like, yes, it's certainly possible if Versio keep pushing out his Palomino keep pushing his tires too much. But Versio's on the better compound, so he should be the one quicker than his teammate, but I guess not. Yeah, Palomino's pushing a lot more than Versio. We're to the final 10 laps now, as Eduardo runs wide on turn 10. And Olsen, he's now back into the podium places ahead of Thierry Headley. Now his tyres are a lot better than Headley's, but we are into the final 9 laps of this race. Grigorov is already up into 10th place. Okay, this is actually really good for him. I did not expect to be seeing this man into the points again this race, but he has just completely proven me wrong. Ahmed Silla, he's also went for another stop. Both Grigorov and Silla have went for 4 stop strategies here today. Mercier and Olsen on 2 stops, the same for Kari as well. Now he's going to go down the inside. Grigorov on Playground Sonic. He is now into P9. And he's gained a second in a matter of just a couple corners. This man is absolutely flying right now in Australia. If there was a driver of the day system in this game, oh, I feel like he might get it. But here we go. Grigorov going for the move on Aston Martin's Davy Sergeyera. Sergeyera, a 1-time champion in the F1 Classic Series. Grigorov, a 2-time champion in that series. A retired one, actually. But yeah, now you can very clearly tell Grigorov's being massively held up. And he finally gets ahead of Davy Sergeyera. But he just momentarily got ahead of him there. Your boy's suffering some underfloor damage, so he's going to be slowed down for the remainder of this race. We're here on lap 53 out of 58 as time is running out now for Mercio to make some gains on Palomino. Well, sufficient gains. And you can see though, he is starting to now seriously eat into the time of Palomino. That gap is coming down lap by lap. In that previous lap, Mercio gained 0.6 of a second on Palomino, which means if that same pattern continues, Mercio should be in DRS range of Palomino onto lap 55 out of 58. So just keep that in mind, because these two are going to be in a good battle. Now, this pattern for Mercio has not continued. It has not continued at all. In fact, he's pushed his size quite a bit. Now for Grigorov, he's on the back of your boy trying to defend the P7 position. Of course, he was up in the podium places earlier on, I think. Yeah, he was. And Grigorov threw into 7th place. And there we go. He's now got to try and get Ultra Bro and get in the top 6. However, I doubt that with the amount of time left and how bad his tyres have managed to get. Mercio dropping like flies right now. He's losing a lot of time. He's finally pulling it back in, but he's pulling it in too late. Palomino is looking to be the driver to beat as we get to the final lap of this race. He is leading and Mercio can see him right there. But for Red Bull, despite some of the flaws and just bad moments that they've had this race, they've still been the quickest. And they are looking for a 1-2 finish if all goes right. And Mercio's sides are down at 27%. He is in puncture region. He's in the puncture region now. Same thing for Palomino, down 30% tyres. Many people dipping below 30, which is when your tyres are seriously worn. And my controller's doing this again. That is not the time for it. Mercio now down on 26%. He has really got to try and keep his tyres in check until the end of this race, because them tyres are gone. They are completely gone. And Palomino is leading by 4.6 seconds to Mercio. Olsen's gaining a lot of time on Mercio, but it's just not enough at the moment. I'm saying at the moment it just won't be enough for the rest of the race. But yeah, if a puncture does happen, even at this point in the race, you're guaranteed to drop quite a few places, because punctures, they affect your car a lot. And I don't think it's going to happen. But for the first race of the season, it will be won by Nicholas Palomino, who crosses the line to win the Australian Grand Prix. Mercio, his teammate, put up a good fight, but he's going to finish P2 in the end. And also is going to finish P3 to round off the podium. And here's just a quick little replay of that.
Red Bull.
And yep, the Red Bull indeed, taking the win.
After that performance, there's no doubt that they deserve their spot at the top of the podium.
So congratulations, Nicholas Palomino, on that win. And Kari has P4. P20 to P4 is absolutely incredible. And it's just a whole bunch of people here crossing the line. So Capo P16, he'll be disappointed for that result, considering he's a one-time champion in F1 Classic. Now Boxarov and Eduardo ran off the grid. Well, the race. 1mm that entire time. So rain technically did not go away.
Sometimes I think you just have to accept that
We ignore that. But here we go. Nicholas Palomino, winner of today. By the way, the face of this game, I've just used like them random AI ones that you know, get generated for the custom drivers. So Palomino winning from Versio, then Jensen Olsen, Kari, Thierry Henley, Ultra, Ivan Gregorov, your boy, David Sorigera, Bijan Sonic, Vinayak, Lam Fong, David Castro, Ahmed Silla, Dominic Vendetto, Sebastian Cabo, Taco Van Horn, Daniel Boksarov, Carl Sabato, and X-Skills.4, who retired earlier on. That's myself. So Williams having the worst day today, I guess. As we click continue, we ignore that. That's all the same as before. But here it is, the constructor standings. Holy domination. So yeah, Red Bull, they are just casually leading by a huge... So yeah, Red Bull first from Aston Martin, McLaren, Haas, Ferrari, Sauber, RB, Alpine, Mercedes, Williams, and Goofy. I'm gonna just show this, the Pit Stop Championship, which literally no one cares about. I'm gonna pause the live stream, and I'll be back in just a few minutes for round 2 of the championship. Okay, everyone, we are back, and I've got this thing simulated. Here we go for Japan. Let's see the start grid. I don't even know what it's like, so yeah, let's see what it's like. Let's see if there's any reserve drivers in practice 1. I think I just saw it. Yeah, we got Pietro Fittipaldi in practice 1. Anyways, start grid. Ahmed Silla takes pole from Daniel Bogsarov, Dominic Mandel. Your boys in 4 from Ivan Gregorov and Ultra. So we've got Nicholas Palomino, Deep Sergera, Versio, X-Skills.4, David Castro, Kari, not Bogsarov, BDS, Taco Van Horn, Ocampo, Eduardo, Headley, Vinayak, Fong, and Olsen. Ooh, bad qualifying for Jensen Olsen today. So, without further ado, we have got a wet race in store for us here in Japan. Okay,
well then, it's not long until we get started here. And
skip through all that
the
boring
drivers
stuff.
are warmed up. They're ready to go here at the Japanese Grand Prix. And And it's lights out, and away we go.
So yeah, I just want to say, in a couple races time, we will see different teams start to bet the numbers because upgrades will start to come in for the teams. So yeah, just letting you know that now, if it's not obvious enough already. Yeah, anyways, off of this front, Ahmed Silla off to a good start. Vandel's also off to a good start, but it's going to be held up by Silla as we head into the first corner. Boxar is going to go down the inside of Dominic Vandel. He is through to second place. Vandel down in the third. He's going to start anyways. Here in Japan, with second and fifth at the moment in this race. Your boy having some good consistency up at the fourth position. He was in that position for quite a while in the previous race in Australia before his previous instance happened. Of course, some incidents completely ruined this race. But yeah, we have got rain, which is literally like right on the edge of drives and inters. Obviously, you can see here by the graph, it's going to be intermediate all race. Only trust though, only trust. And oh, safety cars deployed. Ultra and Serkiera, them two rivals in F1 class of 2019, they're out. Oh, two rivals have collided. Oh, what was Serkiera thinking? That was very much his fault. He completely went into that Ferrari. But yeah, here we go, safety car. Serkiera out, Ultra out. There's two retirements here today. And time penalty, Serkiera 5 seconds. That's going to be... That very much is going to be a grid drop for next race. Bogsarov pitting for Inters. Same thing for Dominic Di Benedetto. Bogsarov having a pit stop issue there. Honestly, I don't see why they're pitting, but I guess it's something to do with the tyres overheating, just shredding them. So they've just went for some fresh tyres. But yeah, we're just going to simulate for the next few laps until we get up to green flag running once again. SL44 up into 7th place now, starting 10th. So I guess we're also continuing on to lap 5 for the safety car. Safety car will be coming in very soon. Speaking of very soon, that means now. But here we go, it is up to Ahmed Silla on when he wants to go. He can just go anytime. Green flag. The watch is on board. I feel like he's going to do it now. He's going to push now. He pulls off from it. He pulls away. He has pulled away now. But it's going to backfire, I think, because your boy is now gaining and gaining on Silla. But is he gaining enough to get a move on the Senegalese driver? Your boy rounds the first corner, can't get ahead. It's a thin track, so honestly I can't blame him. Overtakes are difficult in Japan, and Ahmed Silla is holding on to that first place from McLaren. He is putting in some good effort right now, which is exactly what you like to see. Vigorov currently in a solid place right now for Sauber. He's up at the third after the Vandel and Bogsar pit for fresh intermediates, which pretty much weren't needed. I guess they just wanted the advantage. But yeah, once again, Sauber having to review their strategy because they have got some god-awful staff members for strategy. And then got Bogsar down the inside, and he's not really lost much time to the car ahead. I take that back. He is losing time to the car ahead, which is Jensen Olsen. But yeah, we go. Silla now pulling away. And your boy pulling away from Gregorov. So now it's just going to be cars pulling away from cars. DRS is enabled because it is not 1mm. Now it is. Wait, Silla is down at the second. Your boy is now leading the Grand Prix here in Japan. And there's a red flag! Red flag! Grigorov and Silla have crashed. Them two both out of this race.
Here's the replay. Right, we're taking the second corner.
Okay, Grigorov and Silla fight. Oh!
There. That's the moment of impact. And the car
Side by
leaving a
side.
bit of paint on that
You know,
barrier. I imagine their
That reminds
confidence
me
will have
of
taken a
last
knock.
year's Japanese Grand Prix. That just looks like last year's Japanese Grand Prix. I'm just saying that right now. It looks exactly like that. Here we go, red flag. And it's going to be raining on the restart. Don't care about that. But yeah. Okay, it's only good go about Silla somehow does not retire.
Race here resumes as we get back underway. And it's lights out. And
Okay, and
away
we-
go.
And it's lights out, and away we go. Grigorov is, of course, out of this race. As seen before, your boy into turn one keeps Salim because David Castro trying to get ahead of Palomino. Palomino, last race's winner, is up through into second place. Castro into third, Versio in fourth. So Red Bull making a pretty good resurgence this race. Ahmed Silla just ahead of his team at Akari. Richard Slickensound from X44, Van Horn and Headley. Ocampo just lingering outside the points in 11th place. From Vinayak and Eduardo, we've got also Boxara, Fog and De Benedetto. So Boxara and De Benedetto making bad calls by pitting so early on. Of course, we had that red flag incident. Castro looking to keep his P3 and hopefully for himself improve on it as he's trying to fend off Versio in the Red Bull. I don't know what car is quicker, but surely some team will put upgrades on their cars. Your boy though is pulling away now. He's having a bad horn, who unfortunately has not been doing well. Akari's ran wide on turn one.
Look at the McLaren driver here. And that won't help their chances.
Yeah.
But all being
Of
well,
course, he's lost a little bit of time there, Akari, but not too much. Yellow flags out in the not the first safety car, the full safety car. Ahmed Silla, the pole sitter, is out of this race. That's a second safety car. Silla is out of the race. I don't know why Silla is out. So, yeah. I wonder if we'll see what happened. I guess not. He just straight up retired. And the track listed officially changed dry, but the rain's not going to go down enough. I don't think so anyways. But yeah, it is possible that it could just go down towards the end of the race if all these delays keep on happening. So yeah, your boy's got a pretty difficult mission to do here. Defend from Palomino. Palomino is really quick. We all know that. Safety car is ending here on lap 15. Now it's obviously your boy's choice when to pull away. He might try and repeat what Silla done. I think it was Silla anyways on the first safety car restart. Green flags are now out. He can pull away anytime. He's not going for it yet. He goes for it now. Right in the middle of the final corner. It's not worked. Palomino is currently looking to get up into first place, and he's got a good opportunity at Downey inside into turn one, but he can't do it. He gets squeezed off by your boy Castro right on the back. Well, not even on the back, right on the side of Palomino. These two side by side through the S's. Castro backs down. Akari in fifth somehow. Despite running wide earlier on. Actually, never mind. He didn't even lose much time for it. Okay, ignore me again. But once again, your boy is pulling out a huge gap. I personally think RB might have one of the best cars, if not the best. Dead chat. Bruh. Yeah, look at all the positions gained throughout the field here. Literally, in terms of running cars, Boxar and Vedette are the only ones who've lost places. Now, as for drivers, has anyone changed rating yet? No, everyone is still 70 overall. So, yeah. It's still a pretty even playing field. Now, your boy does take the fastest lap of this race. He's got a 1 second lead, but that is diminishing down to a matter of tenths. And here we go on to this back straight. Palomino has been set up for a lovely move into turn one, but it's gonna be a risky move. Oh, can he go for the place? He's going for it. Downey inside of the RB. Can the Red Bull overtake the sister team? No. Once again, the RB keeping that first place. Honestly, you'll love to see it. pretty much a team battle when you think of it. Eduardo down to 13th for his teammate in 7th. Well, now Eduardo down at 16th place, as you can very clearly see, as he ran wide on
It was
13th
the Williams
corner.
driver we see there. And nearly,
Let's see
just
what happens.
running
Oh.
wide. They've got to be careful and watch the car there.
And yep, naturally, you will lose a lot of places for that. He's really had to slow down. Of course, slippery conditions aren't going to help him. But as we head into the first quarter, your boy is still leading. But as you can see, he had a good enough gap in front to shut the door safely on Palomino. Now we've got Toro Rosso 2.2 leading, 2.0 leading the way. Now Palomino finally dropping over a second back. BDS moving up into 4th position, the Ferrari. That was unexpected. Now Verstio, he's got an opportunity to try and get ahead of BDS, just Gaffino into the first corner on this very lap. Into the next one, BDS is trying to fall back a little bit on Verstio. And is there DRS at all? No, it's not. But DRS is now enabled. Just, what, not the right time for some of these drivers. But yeah, I can imagine very soon battles are going to start to really get spicy. Palomino, look at him. He has DRS. Well, had DRS on your boy. BDS is up in 3rd for Ferrari. That's good for the British Nigerian driver. Palomino now leading the way. Your boy with DRS. He is trying to catch, but can't catch. Despite DRS giving him additional speed, just was not working for him. Now let's see tyres. Yeah, Palomino's tyres are better than your boys. Of course, your boy being P2 is not good for first year because you'd rather him be up in first, I guess, for his own championship sake, so he wouldn't be losing out on as much points. That's just common knowledge there. Headley is now ahead of Akari. Van Horn winning right on the first corner.
Now this was at turn 1.
I see a turn 1 there. Yep.
Racing line. And they might want to take a look at the floor of the car there because...
So yeah, Van Horn having some struggles there, as he has now dropped that place to Akari. Your boy back into the lead this race. We've got to see this. And yep, the Toro Rosso is up into first place. Palomino dropping over a second. That is not good. Track this the back to damp. So anyone who thought they would get DRS, well, try again. You're not getting it. You're not getting the DRS. Olsen, fast lap of the race in a 1:38.132, I think I said. Sorry, I just paused the race there. But yeah, I think for now we just have to keep fast forwarding. Track conditions constantly changing. Now, are we going to be seeing a drive period? Nope. The race is going to get heavier. Now, this is what we need to look out for, because now we should see DRS on Palomino car. Yes, we do. We see that DRS being open, and into turn 1, Palomino should have this thing easy. Yep, he gets the whole car ahead of your boy into that corner. Incredible work there for Palomino. Them two out in front, they are constantly swapping. Your boy in the pits, he's making a pit stop call. Everyone making that call for intermediate tyres, I think. And let's just have a look at the tyres. Yep, they are fresh intermediates. Your boy first to make the call there. That is good for him. Mechanical fall for Exils 44. As Palomino and Van Horn, Vinayak, they are all coming into the pit lane. Okari staying out. Ocampo staying out. They'll be hoping for a safety car or something like that. Even a virtual safety car would work for them. But any sort of thing that slows drivers down would work. But your boy, despite having fresher tyres than Palomino, he's been unable to jump him. In fact, he's lost a lot of time in comparison to what he could have gained. In fact, he just didn't even gain in general. Aston Martin having a bit of a slower stop there with Olsen. Now BDS getting the fast slap of this race. The brand new fast slap. Now what are Ocampo and Akari going to do in this race? Because they are not far from each other. And that is fact. They're only a matter of tenths away. But still, new fast lap of the race. DRS is disabled, as track conditions have now officially changed down for the 1 millionth time today. Boxar sets a brand new fast lap this race. Excellence 44 getting another mechanical fault. It seems to just be getting worse for the Briton, which is actually just myself, which is quite annoying. Akari now a second back on Sebastian Ocampo, but he comes into the pit lane. Same thing with Seb. Now it looks like Ocampo having a little bit of a hold up there. Akari having the same. And overall Ocampo is ahead of Akari. Now, Akari, luckily for himself, is ahead of Lam Fong. And Dominic Toretto, the two Alpines, would have for sure held him up. Now Versio, he's in a good place now. He's into third. So he'll be happy without a doubt. Castro BDS also swapping for fourth at the moment. BDS up into fourth place again. But can he hold it as Henley set the brand new fast lap of today's Grand Prix. And Castro of the inside line at turn 1. It's worked out for the Mercedes driver, who gets ahead of the Ferrari. God, this cold is really annoying me. I've had it all day and I've had sore throat for like 3 days now. But yeah, I don't know how many more races I'll do today. Like, we're not even at the 1 minute mark yet. So, that is my reasoning behind doing more races. So, we've got a 12 race calendar. I don't know how many races we'll do today, you know. And yellow flags! Yellow flags are out! Crash involved multiple cars. Let's see what's happened. It's Blair Johnson and Damien Castro. They were fighting. BS on the inside line. Castro really trying to get... Oh, both of them made contact with each other. And they are off at the first corner. That's for sure going to spark some controversy between Mercedes and Ferrari, who really had to try and battle out for the 2023 World Championship. So BDS into 6th somehow. I don't know how he's currently ahead of Castro. I think Castro's just pit or something. No. But BDS has got a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. Honestly, I would have thought that would be a racing incident, but since he's the one who's managed to come out with the least amount of damage to his race, I guess that's why they've given him the penalty. As we're on lap 41 out of 53 here, track conditions dry again, and the rain's just going to get heavier from now on. So yeah, it may look like it's getting lighter, but it's going to suddenly spike up a little bit. Versio now getting towards your boy. He's been working across these laps to catch the RB driver. That Red Bull will be determined to get ahead of the Racing Bull, or RB should I say, sorry, as it's known as 2024. So as you see, pushing down the straight, heading into the final few corners, heading to 130 yard right now as we speak. That Red Bull is chasing the junior team at a very quick speed. And of course, going for the move there would have most certainly ended in disaster. Can the Red Bull go for the move on the RB? No, he cannot. Versio still not able to get the move that he wanted to do yet. He's going to get DRS enabled there as they head down this back straight. He is approaching your boy at a really quick speed. Down inside still, Versio unable to get a move on there. Your boy keeps second place. But there's still 11 laps for Versio to get that second place. But he's not focused on that because both your boy and Versio are gaining on Nicholas Palomino. And there we go, Versio down the inside. He's up into second place. And his teammate is right ahead of him. So if you look at the standings so far, that's what it looks like. Nicholas Palomino would still lead. He would extend his advantage out, up at the top. Also, no one, like I've mentioned earlier, has gained any rating. And BDS in 8th at the moment, the 5-second time penalty is going to be dropping him all the way down to 11th, I think. That is, just doing some very quick mental maths. But yeah, looks like now that Versio is the one holding up your boy. He's just not been gaining on Palomino. But speaking of your boy, his bad luck once again continues.
Oh, dearie me, you don't want to be doing that.
So yeah, your boy has spun the car. Now, for your boy, he's been extremely lucky because he's had a big gap to Henley. It's the fast lap of the race for Versio. This is not good news for Palomino, but Palomino's only like I don't know, 1.5 tenths or so quicker that last lap. I mean, slower that last lap than Versio, so it's not too much of a worry for Nicholas as the track conditions have changed now. I think it's safe to say Red Bull have still got the quickest car. They managed to prevail the most out of all these teams, and it's certainly showing. Now, RB are two extremely strong this race. Like, Van Horn has gained quite a lot of places. I'm gonna be honest, so I'm surprised there's not more DNFs, because think about what happened earlier in this Grand Prix. Honestly, I would have expected drivers like, I don't know, well, other drivers just to have retired from this Grand Prix, because, you know, that's so much drama in the opening laps. And after that, it's just gone boring, I guess. Versio still making gains. And now, it's, what, 1 second separating the top 2. And this is it. 3 laps to go. And Versio has got a good shot. He has got a shot at winning this race. But with this track being difficult to overtake, he needs to do immaculately. He needs to have immaculate progress in these laps to be able to make a move on Palomino and stick it. So it's going to be a Red Bull into Team Warrior for the lead and win of the Grand Prix here today in the Suzuka circuit. But just who will come out on top between these guys at the top? Well, we'll have to find out. I'm going to fast forward just a little bit longer. And as you can see, Versio has got a good chance now. He's got good slipstream. He's pulled to the inside. That's not the right choice. He knows that. He goes in slipstream again. Pulls a little bit to the inside to get a tight 130-yard line. And this is going to set him up really well for the run down into turn 1. Now, has he got a good exit off the last corner? Not the best. But slipstream is going to assist him really well. As you can see, he's pushing it. He's going for the inside line. Here on lap 52, can we see a change in the lead? Not yet. Palomino just holding on. I am actually so shocked about this. I didn't expect to be seeing a battle here in the final 2 laps of this race. Now, what about tyres? They are pretty much equal. 1% difference between them, probably less than 1% to be honest. As we head round the spoon curve here, Versio's got another good shot. He's got an even better shot compared to last lap, because he can go for it into 130R. Now, will any of these guys back out? As they head round the corner, it's Palomino who backs out, and Versio takes the lead on lap 52 out of 53. And it's got to hold this for the entire final lap of this race. It's going to be a difficult goal, but it is possible. Of course, Versio getting a sudden burst of pace out of nowhere this race. Palomino's catching. Your boy set the fast lap of the race once again in a 136.112. But that's not what matters here. Versio, I can see celebrating in the chat. Of course, leading the way. But he's got to hold on to this. It's going to be a difficult challenge, because breaking away free at Suzuka circuit has proven difficult for some people. For the RB of your boy, it's been easy. But he's had unfortunate incidents earlier on in this race. And as you can very much see, Versio's one of the ones who are struggling to pull out a decent gap. I mean, 7/10 is good, but he needs to try and hold on to the lead. So they are running down to the spoon curve right now as Excellence 24 getting another mechanical fault. Their fault have just completely ruined his race. But at spoon curve, Versio leads by 4.5 tenths. 5.5 tenths. Then change 4.5. But here we go. We're heading to 130R. Palomino has slipstream, but has he got enough speed to make a move on his own teammate? This race is going to get close. I can tell you that. There's only a couple tenths in it at the moment. This is going to be a run to the line, I bet. Palomino's still on the back of his own teammate. The sky is nice and bright, but we get a brand new winner. Versio wins the Japanese Grand Prix. What an incredible result. I did not expect to see him win there, and he is tying with his teammate in the championship.
Red Bull
Your boy
takes
gets
the win.
third. And what Red Bull 1-2 again for them. They are dominating the
Honestly,
season.
even their harshest critic would be hard-pressed to say that they didn't thoroughly deserve that win.
And honestly, what a drive that was. Absolutely brilliant for Versio. Headley missing out the podium by 3 seconds. Van Horn getting 5th after a good race for him. Now, yeah, if you told me this race Versio was going to win, especially with where it was so far back down early in the race, I may have not believed it. But here we are, and he ended up winning this race for Red Bull, who've done absolutely incredible with a 1-2 finish. I am absolutely shocked. Huge props to them. They truly deserve that. And for Versio, he will be absolutely delighted. He made his tyres get extremely worn out there.
Sometimes, I think...
His tyres were completely gone, pretty much. 33%. Look at that, separated by 2.7 tenths of a second. Theo Headley, though, getting 13 places that race. But Versio gaining 8 there at the end of it. He wins from Palomino, your boy. Then we have Headley, Van Horn, and Campo Vinayak. Olsen, Akari, Boksarov, PDS, who drops to 11 from his penalty. He would have been in the points only just without it. Lamfong in 12 from Durandello. David Castro, then we have Excel 44 and Eduardo. 4 retirees today were Albatilla, Grigorov. We ignore them. Then we have Ultra and Davis Kiera. So, yeah, constructor standing. Oh god, I don't want to pause. So yeah, driver standing, sorry. Team Headley up in 3rd place now, getting 2 places. Van Horn, though, getting 10 places, up in 7th position. I see this is just the driver standings here. Ultra is still in P9. You know what? That's solid. Yeah, I will be doing a 3rd race today. But here we are, the constructors. Red Bull lead from RB and Haas. Haas 1 point behind RB. Then we have Aston Martin, McLaren, Ferrari, Mercedes, Sauber, Alpine, and Williams. We know Goofy are. But with that, I will see you in a few minutes for another race. So, I forgot which one it is. You'll see what it is. I think it's similar, but yeah. See you in a minute. Okay, we are back, everyone, and it is Imola, confirm
Welcome along
that.
to Italy.
So here we go for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, or you could say the Autodromo Internazionale Enzo e Dino Ferrari. I probably pronounced like half the words there wrong. But here we go, we're going to simulate to the Grand Prix, the main attraction of the championship. So yeah, let's see what the start grid is for the race, the third race today. Race starting grid, Armensilla takes another pole position from Ultra and then Headley, next Palomino in 4 from Olsen and Versio, then it's Taco Van Horn, Damien Castro, Del Boxaro, Sebastian Campo, later on Sonic, your boy, Avigorov, who had a 3-place grid drop from his penalty the previous race in Japan. Then we have Eduardo, Exils.4, Vinayak, Kari, Lam Fong, Duncan Detwin, Dave Saracera, who also had a 3-place grid drop from his incidents in the previous race. So yeah, it is looking to be a dry race again. Gonna manage the session once again. I'm just gonna retire our 1-rated drivers. But seeing a Haas on the front row is weird.
And away we go.
Yeah, it is very weird seeing a Haas right on the front row. But here we go. It's a pit lane start for Ultra Bro, actually. Here you go, Palomino off to a good start. He's up in the 2nd place. Armensilla into turn 1. She should lead the race there. Ultra getting out the pits there to serve his pit lane start. It looks like he might have had to replace his engine or something. But look at all of these drivers here. Side by side here in Imola into the 2nd sector. Now Silla leads from Palomino, Headley and Versio. So yeah, this is hopefully going to be a tightly contested race. Okay, I don't know how Ultra is still classified as P22. That's got to be a glitch. Oh, wait. That's why. My fake drivers are still driving around this goddamn track. In fact, why are they racing themselves? Like, why are they actually racing? Like, they are full on holding up Ultra Bro here. This is just Ferrari pain. Full on Ferrari pain. There we go, the AI drivers that did not matter. Ultra has managed to clear them. Now Palomino, he's going to get an opportunity to get into 1st place. He's by far the quickest driver in this race so far, or in this championship by the looks of it. He is putting out consistent top 3s in qualifying and races, so he's looking to be an incredibly quick driver. Versio is a quick driver as well. She's lacking a little bit of consistency that Palomino has. Now Palomino's still looking to try and get down the inside of Armensilla, who is leading the way for McLaren at the moment. Now in real life 2024, Norris almost won the race here. He was only 7/10 off of Verstappen. Now look at how close Palomino's getting. It's dangerously close. And then we go into the chicane. What a place to make an overtake. Through goes Palomino to take the lead of the race. Now quickly having a look here. Any rating changes? Nope. Still no one's changing their ratings. Okay. But here we go. Heading down this back straight. Nicholas Palomino has extended out a huge gap out in front. Now, still has got DRS, but he's completely out that slipstream. He has got no pace at the moment. Van Horn in 5th right now, that's good for him. But your boy not having a good day compared to Japan. Even Japan was not the best race for him because he had a spin in that race. Luckily for him, he had a big gap to the driver behind him, which was Headley or Vinayak, can't remember which one. So yeah, Palomino now continue to lead by 1.4 seconds. You can see the leading gap there. Ultra now finally on the back of the guys like Fong, De Benedetto, which you can clearly see. Now shifting up into 7th gear. Ultra still wanting to get ahead of Fong, I'd imagine. He's got to use that F1 class experience to push through the Alpines, who seem to be holding him up pretty much. Silla dropping to Headley there momentarily. as my microphone's going a bit glitchy. Sorry about that. Headley through it to P2. Palomino fast lap of the day for 1:20.9, I think that was. And Arcilla already under pressure from Verstio. As you can see, the Red Bull needs to make some gains to try and minimize damage from his own teammate, which of course has been an issue for him today. Van Horn, he's going for the inside, round the outside. The RB, the one who's not been that good this season, goes through to P4 and has done an absolute miracle job there. He's through to 4th position. He fends off Verstio. Verstio is not going to go for the inside. Van Horn knew that. It was just an intimidation method. And what is Van Horn going to do? He's trying to go for a move on Silla, who is lacking pace in that McLaren. McLaren clearly not doing good in race pace, but on one lap pace, they seem to be like gods at that. They are gods at Saturday pace. Now Van Horn through into 3rd position. The RB, who seems to be slower, is on the podium. Okay. So we're getting somewhere. This race, Eduardo dropping to P12 as he's overtaken by your boy. Eduardo fights back. He is back up into 11th position. Grigorov has been... He's got a move set up for him. Your boy is not going to be able to do anything about this, as Grigorov is the one just silently chasing down your boy. He's going to try to attack at a good time. Van Horn, though, is there in P3 at the moment. He wants to get up into 2nd place, I can tell you that for sure. Like, without a doubt. And there we go. Van Horn going on a bit of an unorthodox line, but it's worked for him. He's up into 2nd place. I don't know what RB are on, but they can really cook when necessary. Now we fast forward, and he is making a lot of gains on Palomino and Castro, and Delaney Drag's on around. Both there with terminal damage. Ferrari having a disaster at their home Grand Prix. Let's see what's happened here. Serie RB, that's in 7th place. I think he's going to lock him into Castro, isn't he? Down the inside, yep. And there we go. So, I know for a fact BDS is going to be out of this race. Is he? Oh, wait. Yeah, BDS is out. Castro is not, though. He's lucky. As you can see there, just out on the gravel, right in front of a whole bunch of Ferrari fans. The Tifosi will be absolutely devastated. Castro's coming in to repair the damage on his car, and he's even got a stuck wheel nut at the rear left tyre. They're trying desperately to fix that. They can't get it off.
Pit stop issue.
What has happened there? They just left the tyre on. But yeah, look at that. Rear wing damage. Now that completely destroys your performance. BDS is the one penalised for that, which I'm not surprised about. But yeah, it's a virtual safety car only, so no one's getting bunched up here. It's just all about the restart. That's what virtual safety cars are like. You need a good restart. We go green, and I think it's good for Palomino. Pretty equal between the top two for the restart. Headley not having that good of a restart, though, himself. And he's going to fall very quickly versus Theo, who's within a second of the Haas driver. So I can see here, it's going to be a move for Versio at turn 1, I can tell, on Headley. Like, there is no way Versio is going to stay behind Headley here. The Red Bull is quicker than the Haas. Palomino fast lap of the race. Versio takes it away. And there we go. Versio's found a little bit of a gap. He did lift off, but it's still enough to go into turn 1. In 3rd position, there's two side by side. Through Tamburello, and Versio does keep 3rd place. Now, yet again, still got some pressure from Headley, but hopefully he can just ignore the fact that he's got a Haas right behind him, and he can just continue to push along to try and get tackle Van Horn. Yes, clear. Red Bull are the team to beat this season. It's pretty much been clear since Albert Park. But yeah, they are solidifying that with incredible performances each race. And there we go, Van Horn's glory days have ended. He is now down a position. His soft tyres are wearing out. Versus Theo, on the other hand, is on mediums. The mediums are good. So this does mean Palomino is going to be under threat of these next few laps until he makes his pit stop. Just when will he make that pit stop though? As there's a fight going on Cabo losing places. He is most certainly losing ground. Castro to the wise himself on track. His laps are 2 seconds slower than the guys ahead of him. He's just nowhere in this race. Excellence 44 in the Williams. Not really doing much himself as well. He's just there. Akari ahead of him in the McLaren. Now Van Horn, he's only a few tenths away from Versio. Now, just what can he do? Van Horn has managed to stay right within Versio. This is good news for RB, because they can still fight the Red Bull this race. They can fight the Red Bulls this race. I'm telling you that. Now I'm going to go onto the helmet cam of Taco Van Horn. Actually, no, shoulder cam, sorry. That's what I'm going to do. As Toro Rosso 2.0, we're on board with that. But as you can see, Versio is very much catching Palomino. He's right within a second of his Spanish teammate. And it's only going to be a matter of time now before there's going to be a change for the lead. But if Versio gets ahead of Palomino, there's just no way Van Horn is going to be making any sort of progress on these Red Bulls. He might get him with Palomino, but he won't be catching Versio, because Versio is on the better tyre. Yellow flags though, they are out at the moment in sector 2. I can't see anything that's happened.
Is that the Williams involved?
Okay, there's a Williams involved in this. It is Excellence 44 fighting with the Haas there. And down inside of the Haas car, and yep, they just make a little bit of contact. So that's just going to be a bit awkward for them. Van Horn slipping away now. He's got no more pace left in them tyres. And look at that, first two tyres are incredible compared to Van Horn's. And as we are looking at this beautiful helmet camera, I must say, Versio up into first place. Palomino down in second, involving Excellence 44, and the Naya. No further investigation there. Gregorov dropping down into 9th position there for Kixalba. Eduardo up into 8th position. Your boy right behind Gregorov. So as you can very clearly see here, your boy is wanting to get through into 8th position. 8th position possibly. Try to extend it as well to a better place. Ultra's had a pretty decent recovery today, but these trains are making it impossible to make any serious ground on anyone. Like, he's just nowhere near the points this race. It is sad to see that. Like, have you not seen the gap between Eduardo and Bogsarov? It says 4 seconds, which it is, but it just looks like a lot more. Now, Versio, of course, leading the way, but he's not pulled out a gap. He's not pulled out a good enough gap compared to before. So is Versio possibly wearing out his tyres a bit too much here in these opening stages of the Grand Prix? Well, Van Horn clearly thinks his tyres have burnt out a lot, which they have. So he's coming in for RB to make a pit stop here today. And was that a pit stop issue? Yep, there's a pit stop issue there by the looks of it for Van Horn. Or that was just a bad stop. But unless he is down to the last position, we'll soon find out once someone in the top section of the pack pits. Palomino refusing to pit at the moment. He's going for a long strategy. The one stop is in play here today. Now, it is a bit of an interesting call to go for. One stop, but 2 stops, they also, I feel like they would both be as competitive as each other. The DRS active for Nicholas Palomino as he is gaining and gaining on Versio. He's just going to take that inside line, and he is going to be up into first position once again. The 2 Red Bulls still side by side, as they head through Tamburello. Versio keeping his foot in, that's what he needs to do. He's on the less grippy medium tyres, but with the better life it should work out. They're still side by side, but into the second sector. Versio successfully keeps P1 from his teammate. Nice work there, Versio.
And here we've got a yellow flag.
And yeah, yellow flags. Yellow flags, multiple cars have been involved in this. Ultra Bro fighting a different driver there. I don't know who it is. It's an Alpine. Oh! They take each other off the track there. I think I was Dominic Vandell, the American driver.
And just like that.
And just like that, the hopes of Ferrari crumble away. Because now he'll have damage. Yep, that is the Vandell confirming that there. Palomino diving into the pit lane here on lap 16. So that's lap 15 on the 16. Time penalty for Dominic Vandell there. As he's on penalised because he's the one who absolutely sent it. Now, where is Van Horn in this? He's coming down the straight. I believe Van Horn had a pit stop issue. Otherwise, he would probably be ahead of Nicholas Palomino, who is now successfully safe in P15, which is the next second place. But if he can make use of his tyres while they're fresh right now, he can go for the undercut strategy on Versio, which is what he's doing. Just when will he go for that move? When will he push the car to its limits? Well, Van Horn, he's ahead of Palomino, who's struggling. Palomino not having a good time right now on the hard tyres, as he's trying to get them warmed up. Whilst Van Horn's also on the hards, but his tyres, they're actually warmed up. Palomino will get ahead of him quite easily, Ultra into the pits today for the first time ever. As, yeah, again, that stupid glitch, the constantly scrolling up, is happening again. But yeah, this race has not been as good as the previous ones, I must say so myself. Now, Boxar in the pits, I think that was. No, it wasn't. I honestly don't know what to do right now, because Versio still staying on track right now. X6.4, a mechanical fault once again. His Mercedes engine in his car is just not going good for him. It's not working. And Palomino, his tyres will be wearing out 76%. Versio is looking at a really good advantage at the moment. And I'm assuming he'll be happy there as he gets through to P9. Palomino, on the other hand, he's not going to be happy. Silla dropping to Bogdasarov. Now, just when will Versio pit? His tyres, they are on 36%, so he can just pit anytime now. Now, will he he won't be ahead of Palomino. He'll be a few seconds down on his teammate, I can tell you that. But Palomino's not really getting any time now because he's being held up by drivers. Now, Jensen also for Aston Martin, he set the fast lap of the race here today. Now, there we go, into the pits comes Versio. Now, other drivers out in the pits, Silla is going to be a bit of a risk there, but nonetheless, he's fine. Out ahead of Silla and goes by is your boy and Palomino. So, yeah, I expected to see them pass by. Now, Van Horn, even he gets ahead. Henley gets ahead. Also gets ahead. What about Vanayak? No, Vanayak's not going to get ahead. But still, that's a lot of ground for him to make up. Now, Palomino's on 65% tyres. Yeah, I don't know how long Palomino's going to last on that tyre. As Serkiera comes into the pits for Aston Martin. Now, just how long will your boy Bogdasarov last on their tyres as well? Palomino going for the move on your boy. Of course, your boy probably not used to not being in a legitimate position when it's that high. Probably not used. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. But yeah, normally a position like that would be legitimate for him, but this time it's not legitimate because he's still got a pit. Now I can expect Palomino to get ahead of that RB as soon as humanly possible. Well, he's got to do it as soon as humanly possible, but he's going to do it very quickly because he's going to get DRS down straight here. And the Red Bull is going to move ahead of the RB through in the first position to go. Eduardo and Bogdasarov, they're in the pits now, so it's just your boy, I guess, who's got a pit. Now, there's not much of a difference on tyres. between Palomino and your boy, it looks like a lot, but it just really isn't. Even, like, yeah, Akari to Palomino is a 12% difference, and Palomino's made a stop and Akari hasn't. So your boy and Akari going for a longer strategy on them hard tires, well, they are quite showing these tires are not lasting long, and if you push, they're gonna just last even less time, like drastically less, a lot less. Now, how's Mercedes doing? 94%. He's just got clear ground to Olsen, who he's gonna be making time on every lap. Yep, you can see that. That was Headley's gonna have to try and gain on. IC0.4 getting another mechanical fault. Palomino continuing to extend his lead. Now it's a 9-second gap between them. Palomino's tires on 48% versus Theo's on 89%. So my voice going a bit weird. That is just the effect of my throat being bad. But yeah, Akari, Headley, they are right there, just in front of Theo. He's got to make a move now, otherwise his tires are going to burn out from trying to get ahead of them. His best chance is going to be here. Headley pits. That makes his job a lot easier, as he's going to get ahead of Akari. He is now into 5th position today in Imola. Of course, you know, the Tifosi, they also seem to love Red Bull, so you know what? The Tifosi might not be too mad. Of course, they will be mad about what's happened to them. And there's a virtual safety car. This is falling well into the hands of Nicholas Palomino. And Wada locks up here.
Turn 17.
Yeah, turn 17 here. Let's see what happens.
Very heavy on the brakes, but that's
Oh.
just the risk you take. The later you leave it.
I'm going to assume that was the cause of the virtual. But is Palomino going to go for a pit stop? His tyres are pretty much gone. This is going to be bad. Eduardo's retired. So yeah, he's managed to get stuck there. He's stuck under gravel. It looked like he got moving, but then just stuck. So, that's been interesting. Palomino staying out. Okay. I don't see the purpose of that, but why not? So now Palomino and Akari have got a 4% difference in tyres and a 1 pit stop difference. That is just wild. So yeah, 5.6 seconds separating two Red Bulls now, and a huge amount of tyres. 42% separating the two Red Bulls in tyre life, and 5.6 seconds. So the green flag is out. Versio instantly on the push. It's been an awful getaway for Nicholas Palomino, who has lost quite a bit of time there. Versio has got a good opportunity. He's got to make it now to make the most of his hard tyres while they last. And here we go, we can see Versio, who's going to go down inside of also not enough space there. It's going to have to be a move into turn 17. Trying to get on the inside of Olsen, not yet. Palomino comes into the pit lane to make a pit stop. He's getting rid of those tyres, which are 36%. Jensen Olsen leads, but that's not lasting long, because Theo is there in first position. Yellow flags are out. What has happened? Something's happened, and I don't know what it is. It's Arvid Stiller running by turn 18.
Final corner. And that's
So it is.
No, that's not quite what they would have wanted.
Seen people run off there quite a bit in real life, actually. So that's nice to know. There's a bit of realism there. Olsen, look at him though. He is now 1.4 behind Versio. Versio's pulling away massively. In fact, he's pulling out massive amounts every lap. 2 seconds gained on that previous lap. Now, currently, I think you can see what's happening with the Red Bull drivers. Palomino on mediums, he's going to try and make another stop today. He's going for an aggressive strategy. Versio's going to be going for one less stop than Palomino. That is pretty clear. Like, you can without a doubt see that. Palomino's going to have an advantage. He will have the advantage once Versio eventually comes in. But there's a chance both of them will still have to pit. Well, Versio's going to make his last stop. But then there's still that very big chance that there's going to be another pit stop coming in for Nicholas Palomino. Now look at that. 15 seconds out in front now. I know Olsen has just pit, but like still. This gap is pretty big. Palomino not gaining that much time on Verstappen at the moment. He's got 65% tyres. Him and Eric Carrera's tyres are pretty much equal. And it's just a pretty big field spread overall. I wouldn't be surprised if we see cars starting to get lapped at some point. Headley and Vinayak running a solid 8-9 at the moment for Haas, but with Haas's position in the constructor standings, I don't think that's going to be good enough for them. They'll be hoping for something better. I really don't know what to commentate right now because, like, the main thing about this race is the Red Bull battle. Nicholas Palomino 19 seconds now behind Verstappen. Okay, bro, what? I'm sorry, but my little trick to stop the glitch is not working. Okay. This is not good. My little thing to stop this little glitch from happening is not working. He might just cycle to Van Horn here. Oh. Look, I think I might be clicking the wrong button. Oh well, I was 17.6 seconds between the Red Bull drivers, and the tyre wear difference is 6%. With Verstappen being on the back foot there. But I genuinely think, with the way Palomino's tyres are wearing out, Verstappen has an absolutely incredible advantage. In fact, RB are in a really good place right now, second and third. Like, I'm pretty shocked at that. 10 laps to go in this race. Is there a chance Verstappen could try and stay up to the end? I mean, like, with the tyre wear being really bad for these cars at the start of the season, I don't know if Verstappen's going to last long. Palomino's tyres, they're not going to last long. I don't think these drivers are going to make it to the end of this race. Anyone who can make it, I'm not sure. No, at this point, they're definitely trying. So, it turns out that Verstappen's really conserving. He's losing a lot of time. So, he is very much conserving his tyres. Like, you can see that without a doubt at all. Now, Palomino's struggling. He can't get any more time. His tyres are pretty much on par with Verstappen's. And as you can see, they're putting in very similar lap times. So Palomino's more aggressive strategy has not worked out because of the high tyre wear. Verstappen's been taking it calmly, but it's working out for him. But he's still losing a lot of time currently to Van Horn and your boy. X44 getting another mechanical fault in a safety car. I don't know why. I think he might be out this race. Yeah, X44 is out. I don't know why it's a safety car, but that's it. That confirms it. Your race winner will be Verstappen. Oh, that's why it's a safety car. Fire! You know what? I've actually never seen fire properly like that in F1 Manager. Jeez. So let's have a look at this.
Oh, that's not good. They'll need to retire the car.
Yeah, the smoke was already there. Caused the car stopped and then fire. So there we go. That is it. This is your final race classification. Verstappen, I don't know if you're watching this, but you're going to be very happy with what's happened there. So it's going to be another win for Red Bull and Verstappen, who's going to officially take the lead of the Drivers' Championship away from teammate Nicholas Palomino. So, with that, let's just watch everyone get bunched up behind the safety car. We're never going to get much people bunched up behind it in the end. Safety car ending. What a way to end the race. But here we go. So, first Theo, your winner today. From Taco Van Horn, who gets his first podium. Your boy in third. Incredible day for Red Bull and for RB. Dave Sarakamis in fifth from Bogsar and Olsen, then Silla, Headley, Nayak, Ultra, Gorov, Ocampo, Kari, Fogg, Meadow, and Castro. But we need to watch it happen. Versio crossing the line, safety car officially ending there. And there we go. There it is. All the cars. The safety car is deployed. Okay, I don't know why. Everyone slowed down to a pace again. Versio, your race
And Red
winner,
Bull
2 times
crosses
in a
the
row.
finish line first.
So he is going to be really happy with that one.
A result like that absolutely speaks to all the hard work they've put into their career. Just phenomenal.
Yeah, stream 101 minutes. Like, wow. I think it's like my second longest stream at the moment. 102 minutes now, actually. Nice. Yeah, many other drivers crossing the line, but Versio, he has the best strategy. Best race pace, though, I'm going to give that to the RBs of Van Horn and your boy. They had some incredible race pace today. And, yeah, I am happy to watch this race. And I hope anyone watching this stream/video is also happy to watch this one. It may have not been the most interesting of races, but what I can say for sure is, well, it did bring on some good moments.
Sometimes, I think.
So, here we go. So, you should know who's leading driver standings. Sarah Cavanaugh getting 15 places from 20th to, I think that is 20th anyways, all the way up to 5th. Wow. Thus, Theo takes lead in the driver standings there by 13 points to Nicholas Palomino. Your boy up in 3rd, Taco Van Horn in 4th, and Jensen Olsen, Theo Headley, Akari, David Saragera, Daniel Bogsarov, Ultrabro, Sebastian Gabo, Vinayak, Grigorov, Armand Silla, BDS, Lam Fong, David Castro, Dr. Vandetto, Ensil's 44, and Carlos Eduardo. And in the constructors, Red Bull lead from RB and Aston Martin, who do get ahead of Haas at the end of that race. Then we have McLaren, Sauber regained 2 places, overtaking Ferrari and Mercedes, who are 7th and 8th respectively. Then we have Alpine and Williams, Goofy Ultra Ignore, down last. So you know what? I feel good, so let's do a 4th race. See you in a few minutes. So here we go. We're in Monza for the 4th round of the
Here we
season.
go, ladies and gentlemen.
So 2 Italian races in a row. So it's a heavy rain Saturday, cloudy race. So let's see what just happens in qualifying for the Grand Prix. Okay, we're simulating the sessions here. We had disaster for Ferrari. Okay, I was just hearing voices there. That was actually just my phone replaying the audio. Oh god. That was actually creeping me out. Yeah, look at that. All them penalties there. Across the grid. Let's have a look. Who got pole? It was your boy for Haas. I mean, for RB. So, once again, Red Bull having a disaster in qualifying. But look at that for RB. 1-3 on the grid for them. Van Horn's really picking his foot up. He gets pole from Van Aert in attack Van Horn. Then it's Olsen, Palomino, Yorov, Theo. BDS, who qualified 5th, but the 3-place grid shot from his penalty puts him down to 8th. Look at David Castro, Daniel Boxarov, Ahmed Silla, David Serragera, Ultra, David Headley, Exil 44, Dominic Mandetto, Kari, Carson Water, Sebastian Campo, and Lam Farm. So, like I said, dry race here today in Monza.
Final checks have been carried out by the
Well,
teams.
I'm probably going to make the last race of
So
the
we
day.
get this race underway.
Because I'm going to be honest, I'm honestly...
You're at the wrong end of the grid today and having to make
I
do with
know.
20th.
But just what will happen here?
Oh, sorry about that, I'm just seeing something on the wall.
Italian Grand Prix.
I don't know what it is. And it's kind of freaking me out.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
Straight away we just retire the cars. And it's a good getaway there for Vinayak, I think. Into the first corner, he's got a good opportunity to try and get ahead, but he can't get ahead of anyone there. In fact, the RB of Van Horn gets ahead of Vinayak, he's pushed off the track. Dropping down to P4, Nicholas Palomino up into P3. RB leading with a 1-2 at the moment in their home Grand Prix. You know, Ferrari doing bad once again, but they've got an Italian team having a 1-2 right now, which is with your boy and Van Horn, so I guess Ferrari can't complain. I mean, the Tifosi can't complain that much. They'll still complain that Ferrari's not doing good, but yeah. And look at that, your boy with a good lead right now from Van Horn. Now, it's going to be his job to fend off Nicholas Palomino. And for Van Aert, he's going to be furious because of what happens, and that'll just be listed like a turn 1 incident or something like that. So no punishments would be possible there. So as you can see, Van Aert trying to pull away. He needs to try and get some ground in and get past Nicholas Palomino. Because what happened there, that just really was not fair on him, to be honest. Yeah, 53 laps ahead of us. Obviously, we're not watching the whole 53. And Van Horn, he's doing the opposite of helping his teammate. He wants to win instead. In fact, he's pulled away from Palomino, so it's not really that much of an issue, I guess, down at RB. As long as they don't fight too much, as long as they don't hold each other up, they are fine. And look at this. Look at the speed there for Van Horn, who is held up. That's not what RB need right now. When they're holding a 1-2 finish at the moment, if they keep up this pace, the tyres are not very tall on this grid. We've got 18 medium runners, 1 hard runner, and 1 soft runner. And just look at that there. Your boy getting under attack from Van Horn. Van Horn moves up into first position. Your boy drops down to second. And it's a fast slap in the race as well for Taco Van Horn, who has got DRS, but is not pulling. In fact, he's losing time to his teammate, all because that slipstream at Monza is incredibly powerful. But this is a low downforce circuit because of the amount of high speed sections on the track, which is like 99% of the track. Not literally, but metaphorically. And will your boy go for a move on his teammate Jack Van Horn? No, he will not. But now the fighting really needs to stop, because Palomino already directly on the back of the two RBs out in front. So they're going to be under some serious threat from the Red Bull Palomino, who I said was being consistent last race. Turns out by the end of the race, he was just not doing the consistency that I thought he was. And here goes your boy on the inside line into the Ascari chicane. Getting really close to Van Horn, slowing down because he's got absolutely squeezed there. This is the perfect time for Nicholas Palomino to do something. sorry. And Palomino concentrated, there's an RB wall there. And your boy looking to try and get down the inside of Van Horn. He said it 100 times already. Of course, I think the best strategy here is to let your boy through and to allow Van Horn to defend Palomino. It's not going to happen though. Palomino, he's found the gap. And that gap was so good for him. But Van Horn, he's fighting back. He's going to fight back. He's going to use slipstream of his teammate. Doing the teamwork when they really need to the most. Now as for the tyres, yeah, they're wearing out a little bit more than the Red Bulls. Same Red Bull and RB, the quickest right now. Now it looks like your boy is defending. Now can Van Horn swipe along to defend Palomino? No. It looks like currently they've got Palomino under control. He's not capable of making moves because he's going to make one right now. He's up in the P2. Could P1 be possible as he head into Parabolica? No, it's not. And look at that. The outside line was quicker. Van Horn once again in the second place. But this time your boy is going to be under a lot of pressure from Palomino. And it's an RB wall once again. Palomino won't even dare to make a move where he was just before. Now, is Gaffian the same sort of strat as what Van Horn did last time? Nope, slightly different, but it still works out. It works out. As you see, the big wall of Formula 1 race cars here. Look at this, first see I'm stuck right in the middle of Grigorov and Boxarov. He's in a salmon sandwich at the moment. And he can't do anything about it. Boxarov, he's going to try and make a move on Verstino at some point. Now, if you notice something though, all this fighting is allowing Vinayak to start to finally catch up to the top three, which he's been trying to get back into the whole entire race. Yeah, as you can see, Ivan Grigorov, he is catching Jensen Olsen. Olsen's closer to Vinayak, so his business is Vinayak himself. He's going to go down the inside. He's up into 4th position. Olsen ahead of Vinayak now. This is good for Aston Martin. But now that Haas has got to do something about this. But here we go, side by side through Parabolica. Oh, the RB, the Van Horn, and your boy. This is some incredible sights we're seeing. Honestly, I did not expect to be seeing these two RBs fighting so much while keeping their positions. And they're just putting on a true show for everyone, but it's a mistake for Tanger Van Horn, who's got the bad line there, but slipstream from his teammate, once again, the key factor in keeping him ahead. But here's the thing, he's not going to be able to go full throttle. And now, Palomino, he's in a good position to break up the fight here. As them two, Van Horn and Palomino side by side still. And into the first of the two Lesmos, I don't think Van Horn's keeping it, no. He's now down to P3. He's going to have to try and send it into Lesmo 2 and do something about it. He does send it. In fact, he gets Palomino right onto the curb, slowing him down. The RB teamwork here is immaculate. And you love to see it. Now, I'm going to just fast forward quite a bit because we're wasting a lot of time here. You just see the gaps though. It's going to be good to watch them. Yellow flags and the safety car is out.
A crash. There's been a crash.
Sebastian Campo is out of the race.
Now we're just proceeding through turn 4. Pushing a bit
Oh
too
yeah,
hard at this point.
he's already in a low
Cars
place,
there,
and that.
unable to
Oh
keep out of
my
each other's way.
god!
And that won't do their confidence.
The Alpine just went flying into him. And who exactly? Well. It's Lam Fong. You see that? That was just on himself. He completely said he should have went for the outside where he knew he would not hit anyone, but no, he said, nah, I'm just lock up. Go straight into him. But yeah, everyone in the pits now, and this is completely shifting up the order. Time penalty for Lam Fong, but where's the other RB? It's your boy down in 5th position. Van Horn leads the way. Currently, everyone pitting under the safety car though. Heading on for mediums, everyone else going for hards. Safety car is ending. Can Van Horn replicate Gasly's infamous one to win in 2020? But here in 2024, as the game's set in. Well, we'll find out. The grid though, insanely packed together. This is exactly what Van Eyck needs. He's back into 3rd position. And here we go, it's up to Van Horn to pull away. And he does it now. He pulls away now here. On the restart, it seems to be good. But Palomino is going to get the slipstream. And that slipstream is going to be crucial to him possibly getting into the lead this race. He's got to try his best though. As he's going to not shift from the gear 8, sorry. I can't even talk properly. As many drivers heading through the first chicane at the moment, fighting. There's some side-by-side battles in here as well, which you'd love to see. So yeah, Van Horn continuing to lead the way. Your boy's got a bit of work to do if he wants to try and reclaim the RB12 that once existed. So your boy is going to need to get past Olsen, then Benayak, and then hopefully get DRS on Palomino to make it work. Right now, he's got it fast up for 127 there. Now Benayak, he's going to put the pressure onto Palomino, the Haas, trying to reclaim a position. But, yeah, can't do anything about it there. He started P2 in this race, Benayak. He's in P3, he's reclaimed 1 place because of your boy pitting and losing out on places. But yeah, Benayak on a mission now to reclaim the P2 he once had. The P2 he had momentarily. The Haas flying down the straight into the parabolic corner, the final corner. Benayak is alongside. Van Horn's lead has crumbled completely as round the outside. Benayak hoping it would work out, but it's just done the opposite. It's not worked out for him. In fact, he's lost time because of it. And now Van Horn is going to be under pressure from Palomino as Benayak sets a fast lap of today's race from 126.963. Van Horn going to the inside line, and it's going to be the outside for Palomino, which is going to lead the inside turn 2, which is typically the line that you want to have. But however, Palomino can't force Van Horn off, and Van Horn does just move along to take 1st position off of Nicholas Palomino. Benayak right on the back in P3 at the moment for Haas. With 3 different constructors in the top 3, which we've not seen really this season. And Benayak still going for it. He goes down the inside there at the 5th corner. And he is now up into 2nd place as through the first Lesmo. Round the outside, Palomino back up into 2nd place. Just gotta fast forward this again. As Excel's 44 running wide there, Palomino taking lead. The 2 are side by side. Here's Van Horn versus Palomino. Who's going to come out on top? Well, don't forget about Benayak because he's just lurking right on the back of them 2. Van Horn back up into 1st position. Now, if RB get the win today, that would be absolutely fantastic. Red Bull, they are really fighting for this one. But Theo, he's managed to get the 4th place. This is probably the best position he's had all race long. As we head down the back straight in Monza. A straight that has seen many close victories, many close battles. Van Horn going for the inside line at turn 1, and he should hopefully take the lead in this. Palomino cuts the corner at turn 2, and he'll probably try and blame that one on Van Horn, to be honest. And Benayak still in 3rd, so he's lucky to have kept that place. First Theo, he's got a lot more speed than the Haas in front of him as he headed to turn 4 and 5. It looks like Versio's going to go for the move there, but he can't keep that move. He's just sat back out there. There's no pace in that car to be able to make a move like that there. Palomino, he has got the inside at the Alberto Ascari chicane. He's through into the lead of this race. Now, for Van Horn, he's just going to try and stay on the back of him. In fact, he's going to go for the outside. He's going to be getting DRS. And he's up in the first place with a much better line there. That's Parabolica. Oh, wait, no, wasn't the section point not there? No. Oh, yeah, it was. It was. So there we go. Van Horn back into the lead in this race. Palomino making gains because of the slipstream, which is a very efficient thing to have. Yellow flag, though. Something's happened. You know what? It's still a running wide turn 5. Palomino back up in the lead the race.
Look at the McLaren driver here. Right at that point.
Yeah, that's just not running wide. That is just cutting the corner completely. Here we go for Nayak. He's making gains once again. Haas are doing strong. Not capture contest material, to be honest. Now Van Horn, he really needs to get the move. He was really trying to force Benaik to the outside line there. He was committed to the inside. Palomino decided now going to be committed to that line too. Why not? There's Versio momentarily getting ahead of Vinayak. But Vinayak had other plans. He kept that position. Van Horn still trying his best to get ahead of Palomino. He's going down the inside at turn 4. The two are side by side. Round turn 5, still side by side. It is the main team versus the sister team. And Van Horn is up in the first position once again. But who's going to get DRS here? Palomino. He's going to be the one getting DRS down the straight. And Vinayak takes the lead in the race. We've just suddenly got a Haas in the lead. And Van Horn has went too deep in Ascari. He's falling back. And this is the worst possible thing for RB. Your boy's down in the 10th. Now up in the 9th place. It's been an awful time for RB ever since that safety car restart. We're now in a Haas leading from Versio, who's got ahead of his teammate. Yeah, Red Bull, what are you on? Where is here we are? Can Palomino make a move? So Versio, again, use Palomino being in second instead of Versio. Oh god. But here we go, into the run to Ascari. Vinayak trying to defend. Maybe he's actually wanting them to take the place because of DRS. Well, don't know. Vinayak though has seen the position to Versio. I can see. Here it is. Down the back straight. Van Horn. Where's he came from? He's up in a second. He's up in a second. Wow. And he's now back leading this race again. Okay. What a race we're seeing. We are seeing an incredibly long race with huge train in it. BDS gets a mechanical fault there. And Vinayak once again falling behind. And Van Horn, he's going to have DRS on this back straight here. Silla's locked up on turn 4. Van Horn leading again. We're just going to have to keep fast forwarding because there's so much going on. Now, tyres, they're all pretty much the same. That's why the grid is so close together. And Olsen, another new race leader, Jensen Olsen, who now leads this race. And it's from down there for Excellence.4, who's had instant at turn 2.
Now we can
It's
see
a
what
spin.
happened. Now we're approaching turn 2. And the rear just lets go.
There we go. Yeah, I wonder how long Olsen can take to keep the sleep for. Well, not long. He's already down in second place. Now look at Headley, Van Horn side by side. Headley keeping that position. Also back up in the lead this race. He seemed to be committed to just hoping track position would work out. He's committed to that. Versio looking to try and go down the inside. Van Horn, he is going to just hope Slipstream works his way because that seems to be the most effective thing here today. DRS is helping, but Slipstream is very much helping. Now, will he shift up into 8th gear? Yep, he will. Drivers don't shift up in 8th much in this game. And there we go. Down inside Palomino on Thierry Headley. Now Headley is going to just keep that place from Nicholas Palomino. Yeah, Palomino in 5th position now. Olsen still holding on to lead this race. Well, Versio still desperate to try and get ahead of Olsen. Still can't get ahead. And it's going to be going into the 25th lap. Van Horn overtaken by Thierry Headley, as you can see there. Now looking here at the aerial shot, Olsen switching very aggressively onto an even more inside line than what he had there. And he's actually just completely do this Versio there. What a race we're having. So many battles, so many switches in the lead and stuff. Like, it's incredible to see it. Olsen pulling a gap now. He's pulling a gap, and your boy finally made some gains. He's now in P6, right behind Vidayak. So RB, it's going to be difficult, but they can still return to their former glory they once had this race. They just need to get the pit strategy right, I guess. Headley suffering some floor damage, and he's lost multiple places. That is your boy into 5th position. Vidayak and Van Horn still in a battle of their own. And I don't think Vidayak's hitting DRS. No, he is. He's getting it. And Vidayak going for the move on Versio down the inside of the Red Bull. The two are side by side. Around the corner, Vidayak once again shoved off the road by someone in the Red Bull family. Hey, the Red Bull family just seems to hate Haas, I guess. We got DRS enabled for Taco Van Horn. People will have to start considering making a pit stop soon. Anyone who has still got a hard tyre left should probably pit on the hard, to be honest, because they are lasting a long time. Van Horn pulling a gap out from Versio as he's pulling in on Olsen. And here we go, down the back straight. This should be no problem for Van Horn. He's used to making overtakes here. Also not as much because he's somehow defending that place that he keeps having. But this time around, Olsen will not keep 1st place. In fact, Van Horn will take it. Is Sauber having an issue here? They've had an incident, either Gregorov involved, fighting with an Aston Martin. And oh, Gregorov getting a bit too aggressive. If his penalty's given out, I feel like he would get it. Gregorov. Investigation, Sarakera and Gregorov. No investigation. So necessary. Wow. And people paying Sarakera's in the pits, Ultra's in the pits, Blade Down Sonic also in the pits. Yeah, we're 129 minutes into this stream. Just like, wow. And Van Horn, he's dipping. He's going into the pit lane. Olsen's left to have DRS down the straight. So that's just 3 DRS for him, which is going to very much benefit him, as he's got a pretty big gap to the guys behind him. Now Van Horn going for softs. With 21 laps to go, are softs even a good choice, as your boy coming in also for softs. RB are confident that their soft tyre strategy will work out. And there's a reason only one person went for soft tyres, because the softs are not good enough around here. Well, RB think they're good enough. So let's just see, will RB's ridiculous all or nothing strategy work out? As Olsen comes in the pits, and not Verstappen, Versio. First time I've actually got them two mixed up. And Versio onto softs, Olsen also on the soft, so maybe RB aren't crazy after all. Because, like, seriously, Van Horn, he's went for softs, but many others have also went for softs as well. Like, Nicholas Palomino, he's entering the pits. Let me guess, soft tyres? Are they waiting for him? No, that mediums. Obviously, Red Bull not confident that not confident that softs are going to be the tyre to go for. Most of the grid going for a soft tyre though, so it'll be interesting to see how Palomino does with medium tyres. That will be interesting to see. Castro fast lap of the race there, taken away from Akari. And Armin Silla taking that back. Now Van Horn's going to get ahead of Bogsarov. He goes there. He gets the move at Lesmo too. And gets a little bit of DRS as a little bit of a thank you, I guess. And Headley's got a puncture. Roddy Scar chicane with his teammate. Oh, that's a bad place to get a puncture. And it's on the rear left as well. So Headley just struggling. Haas were in a really good place right there. But they've just had to really sacrifice a lot of speed there. Wait, speaking of sacrificing speed, that does not seem like the normal speed when you're in the pit. That might be actually, I don't know. Here we go, pit stops coming in for Headley and Bogsarov. Bogsarov's got an issue there. Headley, he's got out ahead. So hopefully it's not the worst of events for Headley. Of course, that has probably cost him a very good place in this Grand Prix. But, you know what? It's... Sorry. It's still hopefully going to be a good result for Headley anyways. Yes, he has lost a lot of places, but he's quick this race, and you can tell. Sorry. There's Olsen. He's going to go for the move on Taco Van Horn there. This will be another change for the lead. Olsen on the inside line. Through turn 1, round turn 2. Van Horn getting on the inside of turn 2. And he keeps P1. I honestly thought you would force Olsen off. Honestly, that would pretty much help Van Horn a lot. Now, the outside here at Parabolica works mostly when you're right alongside the car. Not when you're partially alongside, though. But it doesn't matter because DRS and Slipstream is assisting Van Horn here. He's going down the inside, but he's just not far enough alongside to make a move. Olsen pushes by on fresher tyres. Vanayak, fast lap of the race there. But Van Horn refusing to give up, as he is still right in a good battle with Olsen. 15 laps to go in this race. How are the tyres though? The tyres aren't that bad, to be honest. I just thought softs were going to be a lot worse. Your boy does move up into third position there, getting ahead of Theo. Their tyres pretty much the same, so RB at a 2-3 at the moment. And that could just change to a 1-4 because your boy's down at fourth and Van Horn's looking to get into first here. So as we head into the first corner, it's going to be a good lunge there by Taco Van Horn. In fact, fully ahead at turn 2. Olsen just cut the corner. We've seen that happen to Palomino earlier on in this race. But I'm loving this character development pretty much of Van Horn. Like, he's been doing absolutely amazing these last 2 races. And you honestly love to see it. Like, I was just saying how he's just the worst RB driver in this season. But like, he is really showing how that is just not true. I don't feel like both of them are just as good as each other, except Van Horn seems to have more consistency. It is clear he's got a lot more consistency. And here we go. Yellow flags though. I can see that. 10 laps to go. What a send by Van Horn. And still has had a lock up on turn 8. That's a bit insignificant, so we're not going to look at that. Here we are in the final 10 laps of this race. Van Horn siding down to 59%. Your boys are on 60 and the Theos are on 59%. There we go, Van Horn moving up into first place. He is ahead of Jensen Olsen. And the laps, they are counting down. You can count down laps from fingers now. We're just that close to the end of this incredible Grand Prix. Your boy trying to secure the podium for RB, but he's struggling to pull a gap away from Vasio, and that is very clear. You can very clearly see that he is struggling to pull the gap. Now, David Castro will not be looking at other people much this race, so it's good to have a little look at another driver. David Castro wants to get ahead of Algorov. He can do it right now. He just needs to get to the inside line. And, oh, sorry about that. And there we go. Alongside the Sauber, can the Mercedes pull through. And he does pull through. So, there we go. Got a person in the points now who wasn't in there before. And once again, Van Horn looking to close in the gap on Olsen. To do that, he sent it down inside of Ascari. Pretty much blindsiding Olsen, I guess. Still a set fast lap this race. These lap times, though, getting pretty close to a lap record. Which is surprising considering how bad these cars are. I've literally set them to 1 out of 5 performance. All of them. And here we go, Van Horn. Nope. Can't be bothered to make a move, I guess. Like a lot of dirt and dust being kicked up there by Jensen Olsen. On lap 59 out of 53 here. And Van Horn down the inside. The crowd are loving it. The Tifosi, they love the Dutch people. Just as much as they love, well, they only love the Italians more, but they still love the Dutch people. But guess what? They also love Italian anything. So if they can see Taco Van Horn take the win here today, they will be extremely happy. Without a doubt. We've still got 4 more laps to go after this. So let's just see what happens. Also back into the lead this race. As we are currently on board with Taco Van Horn once again this Grand Prix. He has been a pretty key part of this Grand Prix of where we've been looking. Now, once again, committed to the inside. But also, he saw through that. So he decided just to stay on the inside. Play a bit of games, I guess, Folson. And with Van Horn. And there we go, Van Horn down the inside. The Scar chicane has not worked out. It has backfired there. 3 laps to go now in this race. And he's pulling along to the inside this time. Olsen does not have enough time to react to that. And down the inside, the RB on the Aston Martin. Who's going to come out on top of this battle? Well, it's the Aston Martin. Now, it's been a nice breath of fresh air not seeing the Red Bull winning today, whether it be Verstio or Palomino. In fact, I don't even want to see what the driver's standings look like right now. I don't even want to see them. I'd rather wait until the end of the race as we are on the 52nd lap. 2 more laps to go. Van Horn down the inside again at turn 1. That's his favourite overtaking spot. However, nope, never mind. I thought he wasn't going to make it, but he's just proved me wrong. He's now up into first position. And look at that. Your boy trying to replicate that move on the Red Bull of Verstio, who does keep the place. Palomino right on the back of your boy. And his tyres are a lot better. Palomino is here to try and take the podium place of Verstio. It is certainly possible. As we look back to Jensen Olsen, who takes the lead at the Ascari chicane. He gets a bad line though. Van Horn's back up into the lead. Okay, here we go. Final lap. We're going to do this one in full because this is going to go down to the wire. Van Horn needs to really defend this place the entire lap. Unless he's going to go for a move at the Ascari chicane. But there we go. He's got the inside line for turn 2. He's managed to get a good line to try and keep his place from Olsen. The Tifosi would love to see the Italian team win today. They would love to see the replication of the 2020 Italian Grand Prix. But we can't confirm anything as your boy moves up into the podium places. It's RB versus Aston Martin for the win here today. And this is going to be the most important minute of these 2 drivers' lives. Because if one of them is ahead at this Ascari chicane, I feel like whoever's ahead is going to be the winner of today's race. Going to go on board with Olsen. He gets rapid down the straight. They just need to try and get a move done. He pulls up to the inside. Van Horn needs to defend this one. And he does it. He defends at the Ascari chicane. And it's all going to be down to Parabolica and this very straight here. The Aston Martin is catching the RB. But the RB, I think, will hold on. As we head round Parabolica now, it's all going to matter about the final push to the start-finish straight. But I think that's it. It's going to be the 2020 win recreated. Van Horn wins the Italian Grand Prix in Monza. Palomino gets rid of the chance for a double podium.
It's a
Oh,
win
just
for
got that.
RB.
But yeah, what a win for RB there. So close between them.
What an achievement! Sometimes you take the incredible skill of these drivers for granted, but not today.
Oh my god. What a race that was. Just look at them gaps, bro. Ultra nice result there, I guess, compared to what he's had recently. 8th position, Castro did not score points at the end of that. Dominic Toretto in the Alpine is going to finish P12 at the end of it. Headley, he's going to get really close to Eduardo, can't get ahead. Silla's going to finish 16th from Excellence.4, and Bladed Dragon Sonic. Yeah, disaster for the Tifosi in terms of Ferrari, but in terms of RB, they've got a big cause to celebrate. Jacob Van Horn being the winner of today's Grand Prix. Now look at them tyres, they were getting extremely worn out. Turkera down 23%. 23% is absolutely criminal. But yeah, that's it for the race. I'm sure Van Horn and Olsen will definitely be celebrating and congratulating each other on the battle they've just had though, because that was an incredible performance that. They really sparked up that race. But yeah, Jacob Van Horn winning by 0.2 of a second from Jens Olsen and Nicholas Palomino. Then we have your boy, Versio, David Serkiera, Vinayak, Ultramaro, Akari, Ivan Kigorov, David Castro, Dominic Vendetto, Daniel Bogdasarov, Carlos Amato, Theo Headley, Arvid Silla, Xskills 44, B-Dragon Sonic. And then for the retirees, you had Sebastian Campo and Lam Fong in their incident earlier on. So with that, I'm going to call it off now. Driver standings though, Versio still leads. His advantage has been reduced now to 8 points. Nicholas Palomino still second. Jacob Van Horn moving up into 3rd place with that incredible result. He is not far off Palomino at all. In fact, he's only 17 points off him. Your boy's in 4th. Olsen stays 5th. Theory Headley stays 6th. Sarah moves up to 6th, getting ahead of Akari. But now it gains 3 places, so he overtakes Ultramaro. Dinobox and some other guys. Dinobox Saurus or Capo. I don't know. Boxar losing 2 places, Capo losing 1. Gurov, Silla, BDS, Castro, Fong, De Benedetto, Eduardo, and Exegos 44, who's now dropped to last in the championship. With the constructors, though, it is still Red Bull dominating out in front from RB and Aston Martin. Then we have Haas, McLaren, Sauber, Ferrari, Mercedes, Alpine, and Williams. So no change there. But with that, I'm going to call it there for the day, like I've said. I can't wait to see you next time. I don't know when I'm going to continue this, but I will continue at some point, I promise. Because this season is looking really exciting. Can't wait to see you next time. So, have a good day, people. Goodbye.